The Galactic Council had ruled for millennia. Empires rose and fell under their watchful eye, but the order remained intact. Every species that dared challenge them was either assimilated or eradicated. Then came humanity. They expanded faster than any species before them, carving out a vast territory through sheer will and ingenuity. The Council underestimated them at first, dismissing their aggressive tactics as primitive barbarism. But then humanity did the impossible, they won. One by one, Council fleets fell. Their strategies, refined over millennia, proved useless against human adaptability. The war had become a slaughter, and now, only one option remained: diplomacy. The Council sent their last offer. If humanity refused, it would mean total war. Summoning humanity. The message was transmitted across every human colony and fleet. The Galactic Council summons the leaders of humanity to discuss the terms of peace. This is a final offer. The Council expected hesitation. But within hours, the United Terran Directorate responded. We accept. See you soon. There was no sign of fear. No delay. Just pure confidence. The meeting was set to take place in the core, a neutral world at the heart of the galaxy, where only the most powerful had ever set foot. The Council prepared their demands. But even as they waited, reports came in: human warships were advancing deeper into Council space. Humanity wasn't coming for a negotiation. They were coming to deliver their answer. The Grand Assembly. The Great Hall of the Council Chamber was filled with the galaxy's oldest and most powerful species. Ornate banners of empires that had stood for thousands of years hung from the walls. Then the doors opened, and humanity entered. 5 representatives stepped forward, led by Admiral Kane, a war hero infamous for leading the destruction of 3 Council armadas. There were no elaborate robes, no political pleasantries, just simple uniforms and cold, assessing stares. The Supreme Chancellor of the Council, an elder of the Zelnari race, stood. You have fought well, but the time has come to accept reality. You cannot stand against the combined might of the galaxy. Submit to our rule, and we will allow your species to exist. Kane listened. He waited. Then, to the shock of the entire chamber, he laughed. The Council's threat. Murmurs spread through the room. No species had ever openly mocked the Council before. The Chancellor's voice was sharp. You find this amusing? Kane's smirk didn't fade. You offer us survival. And in return, we're supposed to give up everything? Our freedom, our strength? What exactly do you think you're offering? A hulking reptilian warlord from the Karzash Dominion growled. You misunderstand. This is not an offer. It is mercy. Reject it, and your people will be erased. Kane shook his head. No, I think you're the one who misunderstands. You're not in control anymore. A single motion, and one of his officers activated a holodisplay. A live feed appeared, Council fleets burning in real time. The chamber fell into stunned silence. The truth of war. The Supreme Chancellor's hands shook. Impossible, our fleets. Kane leaned forward. Are gone. The display changed, showing strategic points across the Council's territory. Supply lines severed. Shipyards reduced to rubble. High-ranking officials already assassinated. While you called for negotiations, Kane continued, we made sure you had nothing left to bargain with. The Council had believed itself untouchable. Now, they saw the truth: humanity had already won. The Karzash warlord slammed his fist on the table. Lies. We still have the core fleet. The largest armada in history. Kane nodded to his officer. Another holoscreen flickered on. It showed a massive explosion in space. Humanity had just destroyed the core fleet's command center. Humanity's rise. Panic rippled through the chamber. The Supreme Chancellor struggled to maintain composure. Then what do you want? Kane's expression hardened. We want what you never gave anyone else, a choice. He gestured to the council members. Submit to humanity, and we'll allow you to survive under our guidance. Or resist, and your empires will be reduced to history. The room was filled with rulers who had once believed themselves gods. Now, they were faced with the reality of their own irrelevance. The Great Collapse. Some empires surrendered immediately. They saw the writing on the wall. Others hesitated, believing they could still fight. But one by one, their fleets vanished. The Karzash Dominion attempted to rally the remaining council forces. It lasted 3 days. Their homeworld fell within hours. Worlds that had stood for millennia collapsed under human control. It was no longer a war. It was a purge, the final resistance. A desperate resistance formed, a coalition of species unwilling to submit. They launched a last-ditch assault on human-controlled space. Humanity let them come. The battle lasted less than an hour. Humanity's orbital defense grids wiped out their fleets before they even reached human territory. The Council had always believed humanity was the aggressor. The truth was far worse, humanity had simply never been given a reason to hold back before. The New Order. With the Council shattered, humanity took control. Where once there had been decrees from the core, now there were human governors. Trade routes were rebuilt, but under human supervision. The old ways were gone. Some species thrived under the new rule. Others rebelled. Those who did were swiftly and brutally dealt with. This was no longer a galactic alliance. It was a human empire. The end of an era. The Supreme Chancellor, the last remnant of the old order, stood before Admiral Kane. You've destroyed everything we built. Kane shook his head. No. We simply built something better. The Chancellor closed her eyes. And what if humanity falls one day? Kane smirked. Then we'll make damn sure we take the rest of the galaxy with us. With that, he turned and walked away, leaving the old galaxy behind. Humanity had not just won. They had become the new Galactic Council.